Hello, Sagittarius. How are you guys doing? This is your extended reading for June 2023. Sorry about that. Hang on. Extended reading for June 2023. Basically, I'm just squeezing the last couple of drops of information out of June that are hopefully available. And then mid-months are coming up. Mid-months are to check on changing timelines. Because I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but I give advice in my readings. I give advice. The advice is for you to take control of your future, not for you to just sit around and wait for the future to happen to you, unless that's what you want to do, which that's your right. But I give advice, and when I do the mid-months, we're checking to see if timelines have shifted. If enough people take that advice, it'll shift the timeline. All right, for those of you who would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, please check the description of this video. Also, you can find my tarot reading course and my new series, Mastering the Matrix, and that's only available on High Vibe TV. So all that's in my website, tarotwithrich.com, and my website is in the description of this video. All right, let's jump into this. We're jumping straight into singles. Ooh, Emperor reversed. Okay. Insecurity, self-doubt, low self-conscious, low self-esteem, insecurity issues, self-consciousness. I don't know who that is, but I have a hard time believing that's you. Could be for some of you, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. It could be an Aries for some of you. Let's see. What's happening here with the single Saggies and their love interest? Oh, man, we got that Lovers card there. Woo, this is an intense connection, isn't it? This is a really intense connection. Maybe that is your energy then. I don't know. We'll look at their energy here in a second, but one of you, the other, or both of you may be intimidated because this connection is just so intense. Maybe you've never felt a connection this intense before. Or maybe you just haven't felt many connections this intense. This is one of those connections that is just, the intensity of it is so great that you may kind of have the thought in your mind that, man, this person is just too good for me. There's just no way I could ever live up to the standards of being in a relationship with somebody this amazing. It's not uncommon at all. If you have any insecurities, and sometimes a lot of people bury and hide their insecurities to where they're not even aware of them. But if you have some insecurities buried, hidden, tucked away that you may not be aware of, and one of these connections comes into your life, it will expose those insecurities. Oh, yes, it will. They will bubble up to the surface and make themselves known real quick when a connection like this. And it's actually kind of a good thing. Some of you may possibly be questioning whether or not this person is your twin flame. I'm not saying they are or they are not. I don't touch that subject anymore like I used to. But I will say this. If you come to me for a personal reading and you ask me, is this person my twin flame? This would be the card that I'm looking for. And that's the thing. For those of you who do happen to be dealing with a twin flame connection, that's mainly the purpose of a twin flame connection or any kind of connection that is this intense. That is to bring old negative energies that are buried and repressed up to the surface. It triggers the release of them. You fucking regurgitate them and then you shed them and release them. So, a Tower card here. It's almost kind of looking to me like something not so good is happening here with this connection. I can't really tell what it is because it's telling me you're too afraid to come forward. They're too afraid to come forward. No decision is being made. But there's going to be some sudden, abrupt, and unexpected ending between the two of you. I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense. There's some missing pieces in that puzzle. Okay, let's look at this person's feelings towards you. Person the single Sagittarians have on their mind. What's their energy look like? How do they feel about you? How do they see you? What kind of person are they? Is this even somebody Sagittarius needs in their life? Let's see. What's the deal, man? Boom. Knight of Wands reversed. Five of Cups. Oh, yeah, okay. Seven of Pentacles. So this person, Death card, Page of Pentacles. Ah, Nine of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So this person, actually, I do think they feel a really incredibly strong connection with you, but they're kind of at a very low place emotionally. A very low place. They're very empty, lonely, and codependent. They are more than likely not healed from their last heartbreak. So even though they do feel an insanely intense connection with you, I still kind of feel like they want to keep their options open, explore other options. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Emperor reversed. Okay, so maybe it's their energy. Maybe it's their energy that they feel very insecure and they have a lot of self-confidence issues and whatnot. Could be an Aries for some of you. I also have Aquarius here. Yeah, I just really feel like this person's at a place where they are not healed enough to really know exactly where they want to go with their life, with their love life. But it's like at the same time, yes, they do feel a really strong connection with you. But whenever somebody's at that kind of that low place where, especially with the Death card, Five of Cups energy, especially if they're still heartbroken, it's like they can feel a really strong connection with you. But then as soon as they walk away from you and talk to this person, then that broken, sad, empty energy, they can end up getting attached to somebody else as well and not be able to decipher the difference between a genuine soul connection and a trauma bond with somebody. That like they may not be able to process what is like this. We got a soul contract, and you know, I'm sharing a trauma bond with you. You look like or feel like somebody who could make my problems go away and distract me from my pain. And they can't really decipher, I don't think. I don't think they have the bandwidth where they are right now. And you may not know this either. Because I know I can feel at least one or two of you scratching your head like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because a lot of times people in this energy right here do everything that they can to cover it up. I would argue that it's not uncommon at all for the people who are the most insecure are usually the people you would least expect. Now, no, that does not mean that every confident person has insecurity issues. So don't go off thinking, oh, okay, well, if this person appears confident, that means that they're really insecure. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the most broken and insecure people very frequently do blend right in with the most confident people, and they know how to cloak it really good. So some of you may not even be aware that they're going through this, especially if it's somebody you haven't gotten really, really close to in your personal life, you know? They do have an interest in you, though. Yes, they do. But it's kind of like a race against, because like if somebody makes into this person's life who is more easily accessible than you, then they'll grab them up. Whenever somebody's in that lonely, broken, empty place with low self-confidence, they'll just grab up anybody, the person who's the easiest and the most convenient, without thinking about it, because they're just desperate to bring somebody into their life that'll distract them from their heartbreak, you know? Well, let's see. I think we kind of got the outcome already with that Tower card, but let me see if I can expand on this outcome a little bit more. Why in the world? Why does it look like something bad's happening? Let me see if I can get some more details on that. King of Wands reversed. Maybe this person's kind of stringing you along. A little bit, sending you mixed signals. And I've never really not saying they're not out there, but I've never personally met a Sagittarius who will keep quiet. I've never met see, told you. There it is. Tower card. 8 of Cups. I've never met a Sagittarius that will keep quiet when somebody's playing games with them. I ain't never met one. Doesn't mean they're not out there. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 of you who have learned to keep your mouth shut, but most Saggies I've met, if somebody's playing games with them, somebody fucking around with them, they gonna speak up. Oh, you gonna spit fireballs all over them, ain't you? You gonna let them know what time it is. And it's kind of looking like that's what's about to happen. That's what it's looking like. They're sending you mixed signals, stringing you along, you know, hot and cold, and on and off, in and out, acting one way one day, another way another day. And I just don't think you're going to put up with very much of that, if any of it. You may not put up with it at all. For some of you, the first time you even get the slightest hint of inconsistency, or their actions not matching up with their words, or them saying one thing one day and saying something totally different a different day, you're going to let them know what time it is immediately, ain't you? And it might not go so well. Let's get the advice. I want to see the advice. What's the best course of action for Sagittarius with this particular connection here? What's the best course of action? I almost want to give him some of my own personal advice, but something's telling me to hold back and not speak until I see. So I'm not going to say anything yet. I could be wrong. Let me see. Hang on. All right. Last one. Knight of Wands reversed. The Strength card. That's not what I was going to say, actually. It's actually not what I was going to say. But okay, let's meet in the middle. I'm not going to tell you to keep your mouth shut. I'm not going to tell you that. However, I'm also not going to tell you to just barf your opinion all over him either. I'm not going to tell you that either. How about let's meet in the middle? Let's meet in the middle. Let's let them know what time it is, like a mature adult. How about that? Let's let them know what time it is, like we're mature adults. Like, yo, we need to have a little talk. First of all, I know that you feel this connection. You know you feel this connection. We both know that there is a really insane connection between the two of us. And yeah, your inconsistencies and like I'm not letting that fly. Not really. So are we going to do this? Now, I'm not saying say these words verbatim, but the energy behind a conversation needs to be had. a conversation needs to be had. Like, we can come together and work together as a team and see where we can get this to go. If not, then you just tell me straight up and we'll completely leave this alone altogether. Because I know this is a very controversial debated topic as to whether or not you can be friends with somebody that you feel an insane connection like this with. Just be friends. It's like, sorry, no. Sorry, no. Nah. When you feel it that intense and it's one of those connections that just overpowers you. Sorry, no. Eventually, that's a ticking time bomb, dude. Ticking time bomb. So let's just at least have a conversation about it. I'm going to meet you in the middle. And hey, maybe best case scenario, if you approach them the right way and you don't trigger their defenses, and because this Saggy, sometimes y'all have a tendency to just spit fireballs at somebody. And any human's natural reaction to that is to defend themselves. And I know you don't realize you're doing it. Most of the time, you don't even realize it. But sometimes the situation does call for a pause. How is what I am about to say going to be received? And we just need to think about that just for a few seconds. I know you don't mean to. How is what is about to come out of my mouth going to be taken? And we got to think about that. Because if I really genuinely want you to receive my message and not trigger your defenses and not make you react because you feel like you're being attacked, it's my duty to make sure that I deliver you the message in a way that you will receive it, you'll take it, and you'll process it. Make sense? I do think that there is potential here. There is definitely potential here. But that's the advice that I have. If you don't feel like that, hey, I know there's some of you right now who are like, nah, fuck that. Nope. Okay. All right. Well, then just walk away from this person then. Just walk away from him then. All right. Let's take a look at the next person coming in. The next soul contract due to come into Sagittarius' life. Next person coming in. Bam. Ooh, the Sun card. Okay. So I think one of the first things that you'll notice about this person is that they kind of seem to be naturally happy. Like naturally. Like, a lot of times we'll meet somebody who outside of our connection are really unhappy. And this is one of the very first telltale signs of a codependency relationship. If I meet you and while you're just so happy and feeling so good when you're around me, but everything else in the periphery of our connection is bad. Like you hate your job. You feel so lonely. Everything else except for our connection is really, really bad. And you're just lonely, you're miserable, you're angry, and the only happiness that you have is when you're around me. That's not a good thing. That is a clear indication that you are using the dopamine rush of a new connection to distract you from your problems and your pain. And I think the next person coming in, you're going to notice, isn't like that. They're genuinely a happy person. It's like, oh, you're just a happy individual, aren't you? You just have a positive outlook on life. And I'm not saying this is everybody, but there's probably a lot of you who have never really met somebody like that before. Ooh, the Chariot. Some of you could end up talking to somebody at a distance, in which, for those of you connecting with somebody at a distance, I do feel like um, you will be traveling to see them more than likely. It's not going to take too terribly long at all for a love offer to be made. I think it's a very short, brief period where they're kind of closed off and don't open up, really. But that doesn't last long. It doesn't last long at all. This right here looks very brief, because almost immediately after that, we got Knight of Cups Lovers card. And it looks to me like it's not going to be one of those types of relationships that starts quick. You know, it might start off a little bit slow, but it's going to pick up and start moving quick. Does that make sense? Like, no, it's not coming in, sweeping me off my feet and rocking my world. It's kind of coming in a little bit slow. And then for the first week or two, it may kind of seem a little bit, I don't know. But then one day you just wake up one morning and then bam, it's off to the races. We off and running. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Lover's card, Chariot. I don't know why this came through, but for those of you wondering whether or not you're going to get randomly ghosted, I'm being told to tell you no. No. Okay. All right, that was a little bit sporadic. A little bit sporadic. Let's see their energy, their feelings and intentions. How do they feel about you? What are their intentions with you? Okay, Two of Wands reversed. So they are not indecisive about what they want. Not at all. They know exactly what they want. And if you happen to catch any behavior that may seem like indecision, it's not indecision. They know exactly what they want. They just want to make sure that you fit what they want. That makes sense? They're not indecisive about shit. Matter of fact, this person probably has a vision board and a journal with every little detail about what they want in a person. So they're not unsure about what they want. They just want to make sure that's you. Do you fit that? You might like that too, especially if you've dealt with a lot of people who are very indecisive. They're a very good communicator. They have a lot going on in there. I don't know why the Tower card reverse came out again too. Don't worry. Whoever it is that's worried, nervous that this is going to randomly come to an end, I'm being told to tell you, no, it's not. But this person is going through lots of shit that you're not fully aware of. They're very good at concealing and hiding lots of their issues and problems. It looks like they're dealing with it pretty good too. So, really good communicator, but they do have unfinished business with a past person. So, yeah, they're not unsure about what they want. They want to make 100% sure that you fit that description. And until they come to the conclusion that you fit that description, they haven't closed the door to other options. So they're keeping the door open and keeping their options open while they're watching you. Okay, do you check off this box? Okay, check. No baggage. No baggage, no crazy exes that you might still be in love with and wanting to reconcile with. Okay, check. You don't have any PTSD or trauma. You're not going to use me as a punching bag because somebody cheated on you in the past and you're insecure. Okay, check. See what I'm saying? Like they're checking the list off. You're not prone to want to blame me for all of your problems. You take accountability. You own up to your own mistakes and you work on yourself. Okay, check, right on. So they're putting you through this little checklist. Putting you through a little checklist. So I do think that more than likely, though, with the temperance, which that's your energy right there, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. So far, all the boxes are being checked off. Okay. Outcome. What is the outcome? Nine of Pentacles reversed. All right. Okay, World card reversed. Queen of Cups, you're falling for this person. Death card reversed. So I don't see things coming to an end. I do think that you are making the decision to go ahead. Both of you are making the decision to go ahead and jump right into this and work towards building something successful. I feel like y'all are going to give this a shot. And like I said, it's not going to take too long. Not going to take too long. Maybe the first week, 2 weeks max, you might be a little bit, I don't know. Is this going so? And then one day you're just going to wake up and then pew, y'all are off to the races. So, okay. It doesn't really feel like it needs advice. Just embody that temperance energy. Stay balanced. Stay in homeostasis. And everything should work out for the best. If you play your cards right. All right. Now we are moving on to the current person. Person Sagittarius is currently with. If you are not experiencing problems, issues, or concerns with the person you are currently with, this is not for you. Matter of fact, if your love life is, peaches and cream and rainbows, you shouldn't even be watching me. All right, what is the issue with Sagittarius and the person they are currently with? What's going on? What's the dealio? Boop. Oh, Knight of Cups in the reverse. It may just seem like this person doesn't love you anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like both of you just aren't really opening up to each other anymore. Not really. Yeah, you all have one of those types of connections that looks really good, but for some reason, and maybe for some of you, it could have been due to infidelity in the past. Devil card, 3 of Swords. Now, I know that's not going to be everybody. But I know at least for some of you, there was some sort of either infidelity or suspected infidelity in the past, and the two of you never worked through that. Whatever it was that happened in the past that caused this heartbreak and this toxicity, the two of you never really fully worked through it. So what happens when you just hold on to that energy over time is it erodes away at the emotional connection. Now we're just left with a shell of a relationship that might look good from the outside, but on the inside, neither of you are really all that happy. A lot of tension is building between the two of you. And there may possibly still be a suspected third party today. Like you may suspect that they have a third party. They may suspect that you have a third party, especially if there was a third party in the past. If there was a third party in the past, if that resonates with you, whoever it was that was betrayed still suspects a third party today. That's all I'm saying. And that lack of trust will destroy the connection if it's not put in check. Promise you. I promise you it will. Well, let's see how they feel about you. How's the current person feel about Sagittarius? Oh, 6 of Swords. Yeah, there's still something that happened in the past that they haven't moved on from. I don't know what it was that happened between the two of you in the past, but they kind of feel like whatever it was that happened in the past. Maybe, I don't know if some of you may have had a third party in the past, or maybe, like I said, maybe they just suspected it. Maybe for some of you, they just suspected it. You know, we've all met that one person that's really insecure, and, you know, you can't even talk to somebody else. Or maybe that you were just having a conversation with somebody about something completely harmless, and they accused you of all, whatever it was that happened in the past. That's been building and building and building and building, and they haven't processed it. So I kind of feel like y'all might be mirroring each other a little bit too. Because we do see the Queen of Swords upright, King of Swords in the reverse. Every time I see this come out like this, it looks like a mirroring effect happening here. Okay. They're contemplating whether or not to just move on from this. They don't want to, but they're contemplating it. Yeah, they're contemplating it. Whether or not it would be best to just move on from this and be done with it. Okay. Let's see the outcome. Will you stay or will you go? Will you stay or will you go? Oh, 2 of Swords reverse. So a decision is being made. What decision is being made? Ace of Swords upright. I do think that the decision is being made for the two of you to try to work this out. I think a conversation is eventually going to end up being had. Looks like a little bit of a struggle, though, because whatever it was that happened in the past put a permanent dent in the connection. Well, maybe not a permanent dent, but it put a hell of a dent in the connection. And restoring that is going to take some work. It's going to take some inner work. So whoever, and I'm telling you, it takes inner work on both parts. Whoever it was that caused the issue has to do inner work and take action to prove that they're making changes. But that's not the end all be all. That's not the end all be all. Whoever it was that did wrong, like let's say, for example, they cheated on you in the past, or they flirted with somebody, or they did something wrong to where you felt betrayed. Yes, they absolutely need to do some work and prove over time that they've changed their ways. Oh, yes, they do. But that's not the end all be all. Because if they are the only ones going inside working on themselves and you don't work on actually transmuting that energy, releasing it, and regaining your trust, it still won't work. It still won't work, because if you hold on to that pain and that heartache without healing it, their actions alone aren't going to fix the damage that was done. This is what a lot of people don't understand. This is another big reason why so many relationships fail, because there will be so many different situations and scenarios in which only one person is expected to make a change or do some work. It's like, nope, I'm sorry. That's not the way it works. I'm sorry, dude. You may think it's unfair. Energy is energy, and there is no discrimination. It doesn't matter what you did, doesn't matter what you deserve, doesn't matter if you're a good person or a bad person. Energy is energy. And it doesn't matter why you're holding on to pain or heartache. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are. If you are holding on to pain, sadness, and heartache, you have to heal it. It's your responsibility to fix it and heal it. Period. Period. So I do feel like, though, that you all are going to try to work on that, though. And I do see the work being put in. I do see the work being put in. And I kind of feel like I already gave you advice, but let's see if there's any other advice. Any other advice that I may have left out? Any other advice that I may have left out? Knight of Wands. Okay. Sun card. Don't forget that you are the source of your own happiness. Don't forget that. Just know that these things take time. These things take time. Okay. Now, if we want to get really, really technical, which I like to do a lot, I like to get technical. These things take time from a neuroscientific perspective. Okay. Because the healing journey, the transitionary journey, the evolutionary journey, whatever it is that you're, the journey of making a change is not just an external change. The journey to making a change is changing who you are. How do you change who you are? Well, let me ask you this. What part of you in your body governs who you are? What part of you is responsible for you being who you are as an ego human? Your brain. This thing up here is what is responsible for who you are as a person. So what has to change in order for you to change who you are? Your brain has to change. And yes, you have the power to change your brain. Yes, you do. And as a matter of fact, for those of you who watch my series, Mastering the Matrix on High Vibe TV, my newest episode is being uploaded right now. My next pay-per-view video is going to be the neuroscience behind manifestation. Oh, yes, there's neuroscience behind it. Oh, yes, there is. That's a different topic for a different video, but these things take time. These things take time. If you form a new habit, any new habit, I don't care what it is. If you break an old habit, that is a neurological situation that you're tackling. You're unwiring old connections in your brain. You're rewiring new connections in your brain. That takes time. You will not flip a switch and write all these new connections in your brain overnight. You will not. You have to, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to keep repeating that action or that thought or that belief. You have to keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it over and over and over until one of these days, that thought, that belief, that action, whatever it is running on autopilot underneath of your conscious awareness. That makes sense? That's why these changes take time. That's why building trust is going to take time, because you're changing yourself at a neurological level. Does that make sense? I hope so. That's my goal. Anyway, I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. I greatly appreciate all of the love, support, and positive feedback that you still continue to show me after 5 long years every time I get on here and do this. Makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, purchase my tarot reading course, or catch my new series, Mastering the Matrix, only available on High Vibe TV. That is in my website, tarotwithrich.com, and that's in the description of this video, along with all the other cool stuff, my social media, my other YouTube channel, everything, all in the description. All right, y'all, I'm out of here now. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Y'all stay blessed.